What's going on, everybody? Dave back again, and man, has it been a long time. And I'm actually excited. I have some explanation to do. As some of you may or may not have noticed, there's been a channel name change again, but this time I think it's permanent. And so let me just get into it. I don't want this to be a long drawn out thing. I'm planning on doing some more lives and stuff for you guys, and no, I have not quit the hobby as much as some of you would probably like and or thought that I have not quit the hobby. I have been clearing out some stuff in the closets and in stacks and tubs. I'm looking at about 15-gallon Tupperware totes stacked full of a combination of resin figures, resin Gundams, plastic kits, minis. There's so much, along with about 75 3A Ashley Woods figures that are, most of them are still brand new, sealed in the boxes, sitting in the closet that I'm going to be clearing out. But the reason that I'm clearing a bunch of stuff out, along with maybe some even the statues behind me, is I have started my own business, and I'm in the process of trying to launch it and get it going. My goals and aspirations are to be able to make it a full-time job by the end of the year, with income coming from it, and possibly sometime next year. I was hoping to be able to do it by the end of this year, but I'm saying for next year to actually be able to possibly quit my full-time job or just go to part-time with it and do woodworking full-time, because it's something that I fell in love with accidentally. Thanks to Mr. Leon, and making the hobby handles started with it, and then piddling around with making some other things, and now I'm flat out making, I think I've made one cutting board. Most people start off with cutting boards. December, I think I made 60 reindeer. I don't even have one for myself, but they're a 3D reindeer, all cut with the bandsaw. I made them for my office. I made them for other people. I made so many of them. I was kind of tired of looking at them, but I was still enjoying what I was doing and refining and doing that. And it just went shit though from there. I fell in love with it. I started making little things here, little things there. Now I'm making flags, charcuterie boards. I have a client that wants me to make decorative shutters for the outside of their house for, I believe, about 12 windows. Decorative stuff, jewelry boxes. I've gone ham on this. And I think a lot of it stems from my childhood. Like, I grew up, my father was what they call a master draftsman. He went to school for it, so on and so forth. And that man could build just about anything. And honestly, growing up, I had no interest in it. I appreciated what he did and what he built, but I had no interest in getting into it or doing it myself. Maybe it's because I've gotten older, maybe a little bit wiser. He's been gone for several years now, about 10 years now. He actually died on my birthday, and I didn't find out till like 3 years later. My wife ended up finding the obituary, doing a genealogy background. And yeah, so there's that. But, and a lot of you guys that have followed me for quite some time already kind of know the backstory, the ups, the downs, with all of that. So anyway, yeah, I think at this point I have invested about $5,000 to $8,000 just in tools and stuff. and I will do a full tour. I've been working on videos for that, and I will be doing tutorials and stuff on that, along with, I'm not forgetting you guys, the hobbies, hence why it's Star Shadow Woodworks and hobbies. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make decorative bases, not just diorama bases, but decorative bases, how you can do it at home, how to make little showcases, and I will probably be doing that, like little showcases for either your minis or for your Gundam figures. I've been working with SketchUps and things like that of how to come up with designs where I'm not mailing like something like this big, but something that is modular that you can put together at home. Super simple, decorative, looks good, but it's simple for someone to put together at home. And that's kind of been a challenge. I know there's been a lot of different things, even like the opera. I've been coming up with ideas on how to make modular things, not out of MDF, not making it using a laser cutter, but actually making all the stuff by hand, saws, tools, and things like that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I am super excited about that. Prepare to be bombarded, because I have to make money however I can, because the extra money is going into the business, business license. I am hoping to be able to get out of my garage, possibly get out of this place into a home, preferably with like a 2-car garage, where right now I have everything in my garage modular. I have a workbench that I built that has my table saw and my router and pretty much everything else, and it's attached with hinges to the wall. So when I'm using it, I can swing it out. When I'm done, I can swing it back and have plenty of room to pull in the car. I've had to do that because the wife is not going to park outside. So yeah, that's what's been going on with there. But that's not the whole reason I've been gone. My room is still a mess, and I remember the last time I talked to you guys, I said I was going to clean it. Well, approximately 7 weeks ago, I may have had a boo-boo. No curbs were involved this time. I'll kind of show you if you can see it. So there's that. There's that. I was on my way to work. It was about 7:30ish, 7:15 in the morning. We'd had some winds, and I was about a quarter mile away from my work. And you guys know I have the big scooter, which I need to do a 3,000 mile review on it. But I was on my big scooter. Now, I do wear safety gear most of the time. I do wear a helmet all of the time, and not just a bicycle helmet, because my big scooter can actually do 52 miles an hour. I do not suggest doing 52 miles an hour unless you are super comfortable on the device that you're on. So I'd gone through, the light had turned, I went through the intersection, and we'd had some winds. There was no cars around. If you're squeamish, you may want to turn this off. I'm not going to say that it's going to be gross, but to some people it may be. I went through the intersection, and I probably got about 20 feet past the intersection. I don't remember hitting anything. The only thing I can assume is that because there's motors in the front and the back wheel, the only thing I can imagine is that I ran over a stick, and with the tire also spinning, it caused the handlebars to flip. I only remember this. Now, at the time, I did not remember losing consciousness. I remember that. And I remember, so I work for one hospital, but I work by another hospital. I remember seeing the security truck, and then he was helping me up, which honestly was probably the worst thing that he could have done. But he was helping me up. And fuck, I hurt. But at the same time, I just thought I fell. Like, I had abrasions. Like, I probably have permanent scarring on this elbow, this shoulder, this hip, my knee, my ankle, everything on the right side. I literally, the only way I can explain it is there was no like, it was literally like I was going like this and then straight on the side. And the scooter reflects that. I proceeded to pick my shit up, take off my helmet, kind of dust myself off. I knew I was still a quarter mile away from work. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'll walk this off. I'm gonna be fucking sore tomorrow. I'm good. Security guy takes off. So I push my shit. I didn't try to ride. Of course, adrenaline's like, you know, you got the shakes, you got adrenaline. So I pushed my shit all the way to work. Come in the door. A couple of the girls were like, oh my God. Push it back to my parking area because they let me park it inside the building. And I go into the bathroom. The door's still open. At this point, I currently have approximately 6 female co-workers that we're all medical staff, currently stripping me down and cleaning all the abrasions and everything. Nah, I'm fine. I'll be fine. We had clinic that day. I'll work clinic. Everything will be fine. I don't think so, Dave. No, I'll be fine. So they cleaned all that up. They put some bandaging over the raw spots. I'm sitting in my manager's office and she showed up. We're all talking and I'm doing this and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And even now, but it's because of the hardware, like I still end up feeling like that ledge there, but I'm feeling the hardware and it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. Anyway, so our orthopedic surgeon came in and she stopped and she's like, oh my God, what the fuck did you do? 20 minutes later, I'm in a, now she's an orthopedic spine. She used to do orthopedics, but she's an orthopedic spine. 20 minutes later, I'm in a car on the way. No, less than that. 20 minutes later, I'm inside the orthopedic surgeon's office and they're trying to do x-rays and stuff. I'm trying my best. Like, I technically couldn't write with this hand, but I was still filling out my paperwork and stuff because I'm stupid. They tried to do x-rays. They got x-rays and stuff. Found I had broken my clavicle. Like, boop. Broken my elbow. Like, I fractured 5 ribs. 3 up here. 2 in the back. And I had a pelvic fracture. And I had a sacral fracture. I was told that I was going to have surgery. This happened on July 10th and that they were scheduling me for July 17th. Okay. They put a half cast on this arm and wrapped it all up and everything. I think they sent in pain medication. I think they did. I don't remember. like everything. But it wasn't until I was sitting there and I had time to calm down that I realized that I had lost consciousness. I'm going to do a separate video because I have to thank Rock. And I'm doing a no-no, but I'll tell you guys about that later. So there's scuffs here, across the helmet. I had a contusion with bruising here and here. And it wasn't until then that I realized that I lost consciousness, because it was clicking that I remember I went through the intersection and there were no cars anywhere around, like within sight. But the security guy was helping me up. So how long was I down there? That I don't know. I had no more. I don't even think I'd gotten home. No, I hadn't. This is one of those, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. I had texted the doctor that I work for and told her when they were planning on doing surgery. And my manager was taking me home. And we hadn't gotten 5 miles from the orthopedics office that I got a call. We're canceling someone and you're having surgery on Tuesday. This was on a Friday. I was absolutely miserable over the weekend. Like, I came home, I came upstairs, I lay down in bed. I was miserable. I was thirsty. It was everything I could do. Like, I was only there for like 20 minutes. And I went downstairs. That was the last time I was able to come upstairs for a month. I have a stool that's like a tattooist stool, and I was trying to use that to get around to go to the bathroom and stuff. But it hurt so bad. It wasn't so much this, and it wasn't so much this. Because they had me using a sling, they had the cast on. It was the pelvic, and I had what's called a rami fracture, where the fracture was, but they didn't know how severe it was. They knew there was a fracture, but where the fracture was in the pelvis was right where all of the muscles for the right leg and tendons connect. So every time I tried to move that right leg, it pulled on it. I had to use the leg to get up and down. So Sunday I had to go for my pre-op, and I went from my pre-op to the ER. My wife just wheeled me over to the ER, and then she left me there because she had to go to work, and I told her, don't bother staying. Like, this is going to be a wait. And it was. I was there for 7 hours. They had me sitting in this hard, which was the worst thing that I could have done, hard wheelchair, like hard seated wheelchair. I had a CAT scan, like 3 sets of x-rays, everything else, and they found out what was going on. And I told them that the orthopedics nurse was expecting me and to let her know. They never let her know until about 7 hours later. As soon as she got there, then I was whisked away to another room. And at that point, I learned the joys of OxyContin. And the ones that they gave me were instant release. I was able to, they gave me those medications. I almost stayed in the hospital until my surgery date. But I knew that I knew the cost, and I have great insurance because I work for the same freaking hospital I was in. I went home. Thanks to the medication, I was actually able to get out of the car, onto my stool, into the house, and then I lived on the couch until surgery date. And then I had my surgery. Came out of there, and I still had the pelvic issue. But we worked on that. and that slowly started to fade. I didn't have this pain and everything. I really didn't have any pain here and here after the surgery. Like, my surgeon's a god. I'm very happy about it. So I had them taper down my medications, things like that, but I still had issues walking, and I still have issues walking, and it's now at 7 weeks. I was allowed to go back to work starting today at part-time, only 20 hours a week. And I know this video is super long, but I owe it to you guys to explain it to you. So yeah, I am still in my recovery. I can only straighten out my arm this far. I'm still working on that. They want me to start with therapy, but I've been pushing it, and I can only go up this far. But as of a week ago, I couldn't even touch my face. Actually, as of a week ago, as of last Monday, I was just barely able to wash my armpit. I was having to monkey it when I did that. So the recovery is both me pushing it. Oh yeah, and I had a pound weight limit up until last Wednesday when I had my second post-op. And then he bumped me up about 10 pounds. But so yeah, that's it. Needless to say, while I've been off, I have been buying a shitload of stuff. I've got some kits, even though I'm trying to sell some and clear some out and save funds for the thing. I picked up from Robot Kai an Asana. I picked up the Black War Greymon and a couple figures, things like that, and a bunch of woodworking tools and stuff. So look forward to a bunch of different review stuff, not just kits, not just tools and stuff, but also tools for woodworking and things like that. And I'm done with this video. I want to thank everybody for their support. Part of me wants to apologize for the delay in me not making content. First of all, I couldn't even get up here to work on, like, everything's where it's been for the last couple months. I got burned out. I got tired of BS, of just doing the videos and stuff like that. And I'm sorry. Like, for those of you that follow me and message me and when are you going to make more videos and we miss you and things like that. And that's part of why I'm making this video, so that I don't have to repeat like 80 times of what ended up happening. So yeah, I want to thank you guys. Definitely stay tuned. Plenty of videos coming of all kinds of stuff. I hope you stick around. If you don't, I fully understand. If woodworking and watching someone craft something from a piece of wood and pieces of wood into something isn't your forte, I fully understand. It's the same way of a woodworker probably wouldn't sit and watch someone build and paint model kits. Like, it would bore them. I fully understand. But for those that you stick around and stuff, I appreciate each and every one of you. Love each and every one of you. And stay tuned, because I'm going to be making some pretty cool stuff. Thanks. And as usual, peace.